Hello and welcome back. In the first two videos in this series, we looked at the costs of entering a retirement village and the ongoing costs while you live there. In this final episode, we will focus on something many people often find confusing, the costs of leaving a retirement village. Once again, we're talking about villages that operate under leasehold, loan licence or company title contracts. Leaving a village can feel overwhelming, especially if you've lived there for a long time. Why? Because many residents and their families don't fully understand the financial arrangements in their contracts. So, here's our key advice that has been a continuing theme throughout all of our videos. Take time to read your contract carefully. If in doubt, get legal advice and importantly, talk to your children or family. Many people don't understand the big differences between leasing and owning or how exit costs really work. Before you start the process of leaving, you can ask for a contract information meeting with your village manager. This is a great way to get a clear picture of what lies ahead. At this meeting, you can find out the likely sale price of a unit, an estimate of your deferred management fee, DMF, how long you'll keep paying recurrent charges, any reinstatement or refurbishment costs you may be required to pay, and an estimate of your final payment after all deductions. The biggest and most misunderstood cost when leaving a village is the deferred management fee, or DMF, sometimes called an exit fee. This fee is deducted from the money you are entitled to receive when you leave the village. How much will it be? Well, that depends on your contract. You don't usually pay it up front. Instead, it's deducted from the money you get back when your unit is released or relicensed. It is usually worked out as a percentage of your entry payment, and it builds up over the first few years you live in the village. For example, a common arrangement is 5% per year, capped at 7 years, which is a maximum of 35%. So if you paid $600,000 for your unit and left after 5 years, your DMF will be 25%, equaling $150,000. However, in the case where 100% capital gain applies, the DMF can be calculated on the new entry or sales price. The remaining balance, minus any agreed costs like reinstatement, selling fees if any, plus any capital gain share comes back to you or your estate. Every village contract is different, so it's important to check your terms carefully. When you leave a retirement village and your unit is resold, sometimes there is a capital gain component. This is the increase in the value between what you paid when you moved in and the resale price when you leave. In some contracts, the resident keeps all of the capital gain. In others, the gain is shared between the resident and the operator. And in a few contracts, the operator keeps all of it. So, let's look at an example of capital gain. If you paid $600,000 to enter and years later your unit is resold for $700,000, the capital gain is $100,000. If your contract says you keep 50% of the gain, you will get $50,000 extra after the DMF and other costs are deducted. The key point for residents to understand is that the contracts specify who keeps the gain, you, the operator, or shared. It's not the same in every village, so it is very important you understand how it applies to you. In addition to the DMF, residents may also be required to pay reinstatement or refurbishment costs. Some contracts require you to contribute to the restoring the unit to a resellable condition like repainting, new carpet or repairs, with allowance for fair wear and tear. Others only require you to leave it clean and tidy. If the unit is being released or relicensed, you may have to share in the costs of advertising, agent fees or legal costs. Some contracts set these at a fixed amount, others pass on actual costs. In New South Wales, you keep paying your regular recurrent charges until your unit is resold and settlement has occurred, or until 42 days after you permanently leave the unit. The key message is that DMF isn't the only cost. It is important to check your contract for these extra exit costs because they can add up. If your unit doesn't sell in a reasonable timeframe, the law offers some protection. If the delay is due to a lack of effort by the operator must buy the unit back after 6 months in metropolitan areas and 12 months in regional areas. If you and the operator cannot agree on a fair price, an independent registered valuer will decide the value of your unit. The cost of the valuation is shared 50-50 between you and the operator. What if your unit hasn't sold yet, but you need to move quickly into residential aged care? The law allows you to request an advance payment from your exit entitlement to help cover aged care costs while your unit is on the market. The operator can pay you up to 85% of your entitlement. This amount is later recovered from the sale proceeds. This option is only available if you are a registered interest holder and the unit has been listed for sale. This provision is most commonly used by single residents who need to move into care quickly. And that's the final part of our series on retirement village costs, such as entry costs, ongoing costs, and exit costs. We hope this has given you a clearer understanding of how retirement village finances work and helped you feel more confident when making decisions about your future. The key important messages from this series of videos are: contracts are not the same, and you need to understand how your contract applies to your circumstances. Ask for a contract information meeting with your manager and take family members with you if you can. If you have any doubts, seek professional help. These videos were proudly produced by the Retirement Village Residents Association, the RVRA, with the support of Fair Trading New South Wales. Please share them with your family and friends because informed decisions are better decisions. Thank you for watching.